Rico's Tires and Wheels. Quality used tires. They fix flat tires too, and they do wheel repair. Just a few blocks south of Veterans, 2609 David Drive, Metairie. 504-455-5199.
The views and opinions expressed during this show are those of the hosts and guests only. In no way do they represent the views, positions, or opinions expressed or implied of WGSO 990 AM or North Shore Radio, LLC. Welcome to The Scoop, an informative hour of getting down to the business of crypto and mortgages with Clay, Bob, and Renee. They'll take your calls, answer questions, and provide hot takes and tips. When the chips are down, these guys are up. All that and more on The Scoop.
Hey, welcome to another episode of The Scoop. I am Clay Taylor, Clay Cangelosi, a.k.a. Clay Taylor, here live from the WGSO studios. And I got in the studio with me a legend. Well, he thinks he's a legend, but he's Joey G in the PM. He's going to hopefully one day be my co-host here in the studio. How you doing? I think we had you off. Say that again.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
So he's actually watching what's going on in the studio and see if this is something he wants to do. And his Joey G in the PM is going to be here, hopefully taking over when I'm not in studio. And next week, John Mason will be filling in for me. I will be in Phoenix, Arizona with President Trump at Turning Point USA. And so I will not be in studio. So we're going to jump right into business and take care of some things. If you want to call in, 504-556-9696. Again, 504-556-9696. We're going to take your calls today. Before we go any further, Joey G, just let's, we talk back and forth over the phone, and I'm trying to get him used to being on the air a little bit, and just, tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, there's not much to tell. It's just, I'm retired now. I worked here in the city, and retired now. I retired because of COVID, and been knowing Clay for a long time. And he invited me here to be co-host on a show. So I'm here to see how everything goes, and let's have at it.
Yeah, I'm retired too.
No.
But yeah, so just I'm looking for a new co-host and to jump on board. And I reached out to Joey G and asked him, hey, come check it out. And, and we talk about politics all the time on the phone. I said, man, you need to be my co-host.
Oh, yeah.
And go from there. So we're going to jump right into this, guys, because we have a lot to cover tonight. Later on, we're going to have Jason with the USA Trump store back on. And we may have a few other callers that may call in that I asked to call out. I've reached out to our lieutenant governor and told him if you have some time while you're in California, call us, but not sure if he's going to call in or not if he has some time. Hopefully he does. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with the DMV, because we have a lot of crazy crap happening in the DMV. And this is just more of a personal story and what's going on with myself, where my license is coming up for renewal, and went to get, to find out about getting my license, and found out that I have a flag on my license for something a vehicle I've never owned. Now, this shows you how incompetent these people at the DMV are, guys, because when someone's accusing you of a crime, you're not guilty to proven innocent. You're innocent to proven guilty. So when you go to trial, the defense is not trying to sway the prosecution of the innocence, because we're not guilty. We're innocent to proven guilty. The prosecution has to sway the jury on him being innocent into guilty. See what I'm saying? So you're innocent to proven guilty. And according to the Sixth Amendment, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed. which district shall have been previously as a, I'm tying up on my words here. So basically, according to the Sixth Amendment, you should have a speedy trial. Well, hold on here. Let's stop here a second, because I was issued a fine for a vehicle I've never owned, but I never went to trial, never was convicted. I never was charged with anything. So how come they hitting me with a fine for a criminal statute? Well, they say, well, it's not a misdemeanor. Well, it is. It's what they call a Class C misdemeanor, and I'm going to cover that in just a minute. According to the Fourth Amendment, the rights of the people to be secured in their persons, houses, papers, and effect against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Now, what they do is they suspend your driver's license on an issue that, so your license, you can't get a new license until you pay this fine. The 14th Amendment, I'm going to cover that a little bit later. So they're saying it's not a crime. Let's look at what the definition of a crime is. An action or omission that constitutes an offense that may be prosecuted by state and is punishable by law. So according to Louisiana, if you drive with no insurance, which on a vehicle I've never owned, I can't buy insurance on a vehicle I've never owned. They're claiming I owned a Toyota, 1993 Toyota, never owned a 1993 Toyota. And they claim I received a ticket on a 1993 Toyota, which I never received a ticket. So they claiming I committed a crime. Louisiana law states that you must have automobile insurance or it's punishable by up to a $500 fine. Now, we're going to talk about a Class C misdemeanor. What are Class C misdemeanors and fine-only misdemeanors? See, they claim it's not really a misdemeanor. Well, it's either a crime or it's civil. What are Class C misdemeanors and fine-only misdemeanors? In this toolkit, we use the term fine-only offenses when we're talking about a Class C misdemeanor, and any other misdemeanors intended to be punished by only a fine. The fine for Class C misdemeanors and most traffic tickets can range up to $500. There are also other fines offenses that are punishable by fine potentially greater than $500 they are less common. Fine-only offenses include traffic offenses such as speeding, running a red light, or failure to yield. They also include driving related violations like first offense of driving with an invalid license, driving with the defective equipment, driving without insurance. I'm going to stop there. So that is a Class C misdemeanor. Now I'm going somewhere with this, guys, because, okay, so this is a Class C misdemeanor. Now, according to the statute of limitation laws in Louisiana, the general rule is in a misdemeanor case after 1 year from the date of prosecution, instituted charges. Well, they claim now all this, the earliest was in 2010. We're in 2022. 12 years later, they're trying to get a fine from me. Now, I want to continue on this because, it's just, there were never a ticket issue. There was never, ever a ticket issue. And we're going to come back to this after the break. We got to go to break in just a second. So, guys, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll be right back. This is Clay Taylor on WGSO 990 AM.
Join me, BJ Rust, every weekday at 6 p.m. for the Something to Say radio show. We'll talk sports, music, current events, everything in between. That's weekdays, 6 p.m. only on WGSO 990 AM.
Easy Pet Shop and Rescue is a non-profit volunteer-run rescue. We provide adoption services and care for homeless animals across the New Orleans metro area. We also offer pet supplies and grooming services at our downtown and Marigny locations. The shops are located at 839 Spain Street and 513 Dumaine Street and are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekdays and noon to 6 on Saturdays, noon to 5 on Sundays. We can be found on the web at BigEasyPetShop.com. Support local animals in need by shopping and adopting with Big Easy Animal Rescue.
Hi, I'm William Wallace. You can hear me live on Tuesday nights at 5 o'clock here on WGSO, or see what I have to say on Facebook at William Wallace for America.
Donate your vehicle and make a difference. WGSO 990 AM has partnered with Charitable Adult Rides and Services, also known as CARS, to allow you the opportunity to donate your car, truck, motorcycle, RV, or boat to our nonprofit organization. You may qualify for a tax deduction while supporting a cause that is near and dear to your heart. Simply go to WGSO.com and follow the link on our homepage. Vehicle donation pickup is always free to you, and most vehicles can be picked up within 24 to 72 hours. You'll receive an initial car donation receipt upon pickup, and then the CARS team will work to turn your car into cash to support our cause. Once your vehicle is sold, the CARS team will provide you proper tax forms in time to file. Their friendly donor support representatives are available 7 days a week to assist throughout the process. Again, for more information, go to WGSO.com. Does your business need to boost sales or drive customer loyalty? Talk to Sir Speedy. Our direct mail pros can get your company in front of the right people with our comprehensive direct mail and mailing services. All you have to do is share your goals with us and we can do the rest. Get the ball rolling and send your next direct mail project to us. Call Sir Speedy at 504-586-9812. Or visit us online at SirSpeedyNewOrleans.com. That's 504-586-9812. We do it.
American Ground Radio is headed to New Orleans. The Big Easy, the Crescent City, the birthplace of jazz. New Orleans, y'all. Every day, more and more Americans are listening on American Ground. Listen each Saturday from noon to 1 p.m. with Louis R. Avalone and Stephen Parr on 990 AM WGSO and streaming live at WGSO.com. This should be fun.
Hi, this is Kevin Carr, host of Fat Guys at the Movies. Listen every Sunday at 8 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
All right, welcome back to The Scoop. I am Clay Cangelosi, a.k.a. Clay Taylor. Actually, I drugged that out a little bit there. I was trying to figure out who I was. I had a Biden moment. Didn't even know who I was. So welcome back. We were talking about the DMV. We were talking about statute of limitations and fines. And so I want to get back to the general rule of the fines and misdemeanor cases. This is a general rule where a trial will not commence and bail obligations will not be enforceable. One, in the capital cases after 3 years from the date that a prosecution institute charges. So after 3 years on a capital cases, unless it's like murder or rape, there are no statute of limitations in that. Two, in other felony cases, after 2 years from the date the prosecution institute charges, or three, in misdemeanor cases after 1 year from the date of the prosecution charges. That's the general rule. Now, there's also if it's a fine only. Oh, I'm sorry. I read the wrong one. So, like many other states, Louisiana law sets time limits for hosts of specific crimes. I read the wrong Biden moment, guys. I'm reading the wrong script there. For crimes not specifically listed in the statute, a general statute of limitations applies based on the category of crimes. These general time limits are 6 years for felony punishable by hard labor, 4 years for felonies not necessarily punished by hard labor, with or without hard labor, 2 years for misdemeanors punished by imprisonment, and 6 months for fine-only misdemeanors. Now, according to the DMV, they claim that that's not even a misdemeanor, it's civil. Now, civil statute of limitations, there are statute of limitations on the civil side. So with the civil side, we've learned statute of limitations from various state to state, and are essentially time limits for launching a lawsuit or other civil action. States have often varying limited set for different types of civil proceedings, as well as pursuing a criminal procedure. I'll get it out. These limitations keep people from holding the threat of a lawsuit over someone's head indefinitely and protect the integrity of the evidence. This includes with testimony, physically evidence, and other forms of discovery. Louisiana is one of the few states where, particularly as civil actions, have 1 year statute of limitations. So if in 1 year statute of limitations, most states range from 2 to 5 years. The 3-year limit on rent and debt collections, and a 10-year statute of limitations on contract and judgments. Okay, so there's no contract to judgment here. It's not rent. Of course, they sent it to the Office of Debt Collection, so there's a 3-year limitations on that, which just well past that on civil. So either way, I have the DMV or OMV. These people, and when you present the law to them, they get angry. And it becomes a shouting match. And then I have to put, guys, y'all know how I am, when I'll put them in their place and remind them that, first of all, show me your law degree. Show me how you studied the law. Because obviously you don't know the law. Otherwise, you would be a lawyer, not working as a secretary for the DMV. You are a public servant. These guys have brains of a retarded mosquito. I mean, it's insane. The average person that's working in these offices, they just do enough to get by to keep their job. These people are incompetent. But yet when you go there and you try to present facts to them, they have one job and one job only. One job is just to extort money out of the people of Louisiana. And it's unconstitutional what they're doing. I want to get your calls on this, guys. 504-556-9696. Throw in your opinion. I want to hear what you have to say on the scoop today. So, I have different laws. Driver's license, according to RS 32910, driver's license, immediate reinstatement, reassurance, or issuers of restricted license. Whenever a person who is eligible for reinstatement of a license, reissues of a license, or insurance of restricted license due to economic hardship. Well, aren't we in an economic hardship? I think we are. I think we're in an economic hardship. So, it's just this is the kind of things that we have. But yet, let me finish reading this law. Upon presentation of proof of financial responsibility under the provisions of this chapter, present a certified copy of the judgment ordering the reinstatement or reissues or insurance at the driver's license office. So if I could prove that we have a financial hardship, this will go away. These guys, but when you present facts to them, they want to shut you down or they hang up. So I was on the phone with a supervisor, because I'm not going to name a politician, got someone to contact me. And when I presented facts to her, she just hung up on me. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we have. These are the kind of people, like I said, I refer to them as retarded mosquitoes have more brains than these guys. Okay, so we do have a caller. Let's take the flaming conservative, brother. How you doing, brother? With Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya on Friday nights, guys.
Congratulations. First of all, before I get started, congratulations on your new gig with our worthy president.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. We'll talk about that in the next segment just shortly. So thank you for that.
Listen, we got a title company, automobile title company that advertises with WGSO, and I happen to went through business with them. they were more than happy that I came into their door. Man, I mean, this is a private company that does auto titles and renews driver's licenses and all that good stuff.
Right. And
We
that's
need more, we need more people like that. Screw the DMV.
yes.
That's less tax dollars out of our pocket that we gotta flush out waste.
Yes, outsource the DMV to people that want to work and want to do something, because these people at the DMV don't want to work. They're there just to tell you whatever it is. Here's the key thing. Their one job is one mission and one mission only: to get money out of the people. And if they can tell you that the sky is purple and the grass is yellow, and that gets you to pay that fine, then they will blatantly lie to you and say the sky is purple and the grass is yellow.
And while we at it, the private companies that advertise on GSO, they actually find ways to get you out of paying all that crap too.
Exactly. So, brother, we got to get ready. We're getting ready to go to break, but I thank you for calling. And again, listen to his show on Friday nights. We have Jason with the Trump Store coming up after break.
And support GSO advertisers too.
Yes, definitely. I appreciate you calling in today. And again, listen to WGSO Friday nights at 7 p.m., the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya. Who are you going to have on this Friday night?
I got the candidate. I forgot her name. She's a spokesman for the candidate running against Lambert Bossier for Public Service Commission.
Okay.
We're getting all these incumbents out, buddy.
There we go. That's how it happens, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Thank you. So this is the take, guys. I want, and the reason why I talked about this tonight is I wanted your take on this, because we have a corrupt office, governmental office here, that they're so corrupt. Their mission is to extort money out of people. This is extortion. So now, according to the Constitution, I want to read this real quick, because I have all the rights and privileges in the Constitution that are listed in the Constitution, but yet they want to revoke that. There's some issue here. So guys, we got to take care of some business, and grab yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Is a great place to host your next party or event. Come watch sports, eat, and drink with friends. Dixie Tavern, 3802 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. Great atmosphere, weekly drink specials, and all your favorite sporting events on the many TVs throughout Dixie Tavern. Come meet the friendly staff for Whiskey Wednesday with $3 Jameson and 10 cup, or Thirsty Thursday with 2-for-1 well drinks. Friday night is Ladies Night at Dixie Tavern with $3 house wine, or come check out the bottomless mimosas and $3 Bloody Marys on Sundays during Saints games. Dixie Tavern, 3802 Vets in the heart of Metairie.
Need a new roof? See Freeman. Need your house totally renovated? See Freeman. You have storm damage? See Freeman. See the pros at See Freeman Enterprises. 1317 West Airline Highway, Suite L, La Crosse, Louisiana. 504-559-2275. Serving the River Parish area for over 20 years with your roofing needs.
Let's talk about America. Not taxes or tweets or the issues that divide us, but how incredible our country is. Left, right, up, down, state lines to winding coastlines. Whether you come home to a crowded city street, tree-lined suburb, or sleepy small town, everyone deserves to live in a clean, green, and thriving community. And we all share in the responsibility to create beauty that ripples from one neighborhood to another and one block to the next. We are Keep America Beautiful, the nonprofit working with millions of people just like you to end littering, improve recycling, and beautify our communities. Because every mindful action and sustainable habit has a positive impact, and it all adds up. Learn how you can join Keep America Beautiful at KAB.org. Together, we can do beautiful things.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Jeff Palermo. 3 members of Southern University's Human Jukebox Band were killed in a crash involving an 18-wheeler near Natchitoches last night.
State police say 19-year-old Tyron Williams, 21-year-old Dylan Young, and 19-year-old Broderick Moore, all of Texas, were killed on I-49 North while attempting to change a tire on a 1999 Jeep Laredo. The crash involved an 18-wheeler driven by 62-year-old Clyde Gay, who was not injured. The students were reportedly driving home to Texas for Christmas break. Southern University issued condolences and is also offering grief counseling to students and staff. I'm Brooke Thorington.
Meanwhile, in Tangipahoa Parish, 2 people from Covington were killed in a single vehicle wreck near La Rondra yesterday afternoon. Trooper William Huggins says the vehicle ran off the road.
At this time, impairment is unknown, but a standard toxicology sample was obtained from the driver for analysis.
The victims have been identified as 67-year-old John Bitter and 64-year-old Janice Pellegrin. LRN.
Why is sugarcane so popular in Louisiana? 19,000 jobs annually, $7 million in tax dollars for roads, schools, and first responders. It's a $4 billion industry. The American Sugarcane League, celebrating 100 years.
Tiger Rag Magazine subscribers are LSU fans in the know. Tiger Rag Magazine gives you exclusive stories, beautiful pictures, and behind-the-scenes insights. Subscribe today and be in the know at tigerrag.com.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Hi, I'm Huck, an active Christian who loves Louisiana. One of my goals is to bring Louisiana's education from 50th to number 1.
And I'm Dave. I'm not afraid of government bureaucrats. I fear God. Our rights and freedoms come from Him.
This is Liberty or Lockdown. Please join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM and WGSO.com.
Craft beer is booming, and we're here to share the good word about our favorite beverage. We're the Beer Guys, and we're bringing you the best and the latest from the world of craft beer. Join us to get the scoop on the new brews, crafty news, and interviews with the amazing people of craft beer. We'll hear stories from breweries across the country, what they're brewing, their take on trends, plus the art and science that goes into making a great craft beer. Join us every week, Beer Guys Radio, Saturday at 8 p.m., right here on WGSO 990 AM. Hi, this is Kevin Carr, host of Fat Guys at the Movies. Listen every Sunday at 8 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
McNally, host of the Dine, Wine, and Spirit Show on WGSO 990 AM every weekday from 4 until 5 on WGSO 990 AM. This is where we started. This is our home. We're going to bring you news of the wine world, interviews with wine makers. We're going to talk to people who know something about wine. We hope you'll join us. The Dine, Wine, and Spirit Show on WGSO 990 AM every weekday from 4 until 5 from the heart of the Crescent City.
Catch all the action of Ragin' Cajuns football this season only on the community voice of the Crescent City, WGSO 990 AM.
You can check out He Said, She Said on a new day.
Hump Day.
A new day, but we'll still be discussing and debating the hot topics.
Wednesdays at 5.
Here on WGSO.
All right, welcome back to The Scoop. I am Clay Cangelosi, a.k.a. Clay Taylor, here live from the studios in the heart of New Orleans. WGSO 990 AM, and we have a special guest again tonight for you guys. These guys are so special, man. They with the best president that we've ever had, the Trump USA store. Jason from the Trump USA store. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing awesome, Clay. How about yourself?
Exactly. And for people that are just joining in and didn't catch us 2 weeks ago when we had you on, tell us a little bit about what you do, how you travel around with President Trump, and y'all have exclusive rights to be there. And can you tell a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Well, we've been doing this for about 4 years. We travel around the country. We hit up freedom festivals. We follow President Trump around at rallies. He's got a new tour coming up, the Freedom Tour. We'll be exclusive members there with them. We do a CPAC event, and then an example is this coming up next week. We're doing Turning Point USA down in Phoenix, Arizona for America Fest.
Which I'll be joining you. I'll be joining
you
guys
you will.
there.
We're very, very fortunate to have you on board with us to keep moving towards our goal, and that's a cumulative goal for all of us, is just to get the awareness out and the truth.
Yes.
And that's what we do. So
And Wednesday night, I'll be down there, and I'm hoping and praying I can do my show from there. I'm going to have everything with me. I have a backup, John Mason, and I announced it that he'll probably be doing my show, but there's also a slight possibility we could be doing the show if everything works out, and we can, when I get there Wednesday morning.
Let's make it, let's see if we can make it, you and I doing it live from Phoenix.
Yes.
I mean, they got Real America's Voice and the War Room. We'll just be competing against them.
Exactly. And, well, Real America's Voice is, of course, with Jeff Couer. He's our colleague, and
Absolutely.
he's on there. But, yeah, hey, I mean, we're on at 7 o'clock, so I don't think it's going to be really any competition going on. I mean, America's Voice is on all the time. It's a news channel. But, yeah, I'm excited to be there. I'll fly in Wednesday. I get there about 10 o'clock in the morning, so I think I should have enough time to set everything up and get everything done. We can most probably do it from the hotel. And get that going, but we'll have to work. Once I get the actual reservations at the hotel, I'll contact the hotel and see if they can set us up with a little place, a room to do our show.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Trump store, a little bit more about products y'all have and how they can get the products.
Well, it's you can go to usatrumpstore.com, USA Trump Store. We got a wide range of products. We got your typical hats, shirts, flags. Those are a staple, whether it be for God and country, for Second Amendment, or certainly our favorite president and the one that's running again in 2024, Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
So those are the staples of that we have. But we also, especially with Christmas coming up, we got a lot of knick-knack things. We got stuffed animals. We got jewelry with Trump engraved on it. Purses. Big thing of what we do also are kind of like couture purses. If you ever heard of Judith Lieber, she's got these bedazzled Swarovski crystal purses.
Right.
We developed our version of them as well, and we. Instead of $5,000 to $10,000 that they would charge over at Neiman Marcus, we're charging substantially less than that. We want to bring it to the everyday person, the luxury lifestyle to the everyday person. So,
right.
And those purses range from, you got a guitar, you got a cat, you got a gun purse, you got a money bag purse, Titanic. The whole bunch of different, we have a very vast collection, and we're going to have that on full display down in Phoenix for sure. What else do we got? We got some dresses, and we got some treats too. We'll have some treats this time as well. So you name it, we kind of got it. We just want to have the messaging out, let people get something for their loved ones or for themselves, and
exactly.
and to spread the message of truth and how President Trump leads us there.
Right. Can we say where the treats are coming from?
The treats are coming from a guy from New Orleans. This Crazy Clay guy, I think.
Yeah, a famous talk show host in New Orleans. Yes. So,
The famous
so
talk
it's
show
it's
host of
it's
New
it's
Orleans.
our treats basically coming from New Orleans. That's going to be in the Trump store, and we'll be following President Trump around. And of course, we'll be providing you guys that follow President Trump around. And so with President Trump's face on it, it's gonna have like our one of the logos we came up with was with the hot cocos, the hot cocoa of the 45th president of the United States. We're looking at caramel corn. President Trump's caramel corn. So those different names like that. And so I think that's going to be pretty cool. And I'm excited because I'm fired up. I cannot wait. I mean, I so wish can get on a plane tomorrow and be there, but I gotta rest up, brother. I've been on the road in the last 3 months. I've been on the road almost every other week.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. We've been doing the same thing. We've been doing that for the last 4 years.
Right.
There's this AmFest coming up, Turning Point AmFest in Phoenix, the 17th through the 20th of December. It's got a heavy hitting lineup of speakers, freedom fighters, fire breathers that they're out there they're at the tip of the spear, on the forefront, taking on the major issues in today's society and exposing the corruption that's going on, and then giving us examples and solutions on what to do as a whole. We individually can do things, but collectively, if you get enough individuals doing it, we're a tsunami of patriotism,
right?
Freedom.
Do you know some of the speakers that are going to be there?
Off the top of my head, I mean, obviously the headliner is Charlie Kirk. They've got Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, Candace Owens, Greg Gutfeld, Laura Ingraham, Kash Patel, Jack Posobiec. Don Jr. will be there. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Mike Lindell.
Okay. I'm gonna have to call Mike. I have his phone number, personal number, and hook up with Mike Lindell while we're there, and maybe we get an interview out of him.
What's your promo code? Is it Clay?
Yeah, exactly. I need to put something on a website so people can follow us while we're there and follow me while I'm there because I'll hopefully in between some things do some podcasts and follow the show.
Absolutely.
But most importantly, this is not about me. This is about our president and taking America back and the great America movement that's happening, because this is not about any one person. It really isn't, guys. We need to take ourselves out of this. This is about America, putting America first and making our country great again. The witch hunts need to end. We need to get the corruption. I talked about the corruption in the state of Louisiana with the OMV earlier. But the corruption's so deep. We have it here in Jefferson Parish. We have a corrupt politician. His name is Byron Lee. I call him King Byron Lee because he thinks he's a king. And he likes to take revenge on citizens of Jefferson Parish. And of course, we have, Commie Scott Walker and so on and so on. We have, I have pet names for all these corrupt politicians here in Jefferson Parish. And the point is, we have corruption. We need to get these guys out. Rhinos and dinos. The Democrats, I call them dinos. The Democrats need to go. The liberals need to go. We need America first politicians. And we need people first, because we're tired of paying $4, $5, $6 for a gallon of gas. We're tired of paying $20 for a hamburger at McDonald's. We're tired of having to worry about where our next meal is going to come from. And people are robbing Peter to pay Paul. And people, you're starting to hear more and more people robbing banks and committing crimes. And it's not because they want to. People are doing this. You have people do this because, hey, that's the only way they can make a living right now. And it's not that I'm not making an excuse for this. Committing a crime is wrong. But hey, if it takes, that's how they feed their children. I mean, when it comes to feeding your child, you're going to do anything to make sure you feed your child, including bouncing a check or whatever it may take to feed that child. because of what's going on. And that's what you're seeing more. You're seeing more people, bounce checks. You're seeing more people robbing Peter to pay Paul, just to move forward. And we need to
Well,
fix that.
you know what else we're sick of too, Clay? We're sick and tired of donating all this money to the RNC.
Yes.
The group that's supposed to be leading on the leading cutting edge front to get our agenda through.
Right.
Not the Republican elite establishment agenda through, the layman populist freedom fighting patriot. We want their agenda going through, America first agenda coming through. Because if America comes first, the whole world then benefits from that as well.
Hold that point there,
It's a trickle
Jason.
down effect from there.
Hold that point. We got to go to break real quick to take care of some business, but we'll be right back, guys. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. This is Clay with The Scoop. We'll be right back.
When the time came, I knew I had to find a place where Mom would be safe and active while still feeling independent. A place that was close to all of us and everything she needed. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Gonzales, I found Francois Benz Senior Living. They specialize in independent and assisted living and memory care.
Call 225-647-BEND for more information on our special pre-leasing offers.
Francois Benz Senior Living. Experience life as it should be.
A business without signage is like a car with a flat tire. It's not going anywhere fast. Sir Speedy can change that. We're a trusted resource for sign design and production. Whether you need trade show displays, banners, posters, directional signs, window decals, wall graphics, or more, Sir Speedy's sign capabilities can help your business get noticed. Call us today at 504-586-9812. Sir Speedy, we do it. Join me, BJ Rust, every weekday at 6 p.m. for the Something to Say radio show. We'll talk sports, music, current events, everything in between. That's weekdays, 6 p.m. only on WGSO 990 AM.
It's Jeff Cruer, host of Ringside Politics. I'd like to introduce WGSO General Manager Marianne Guzman.
WGSO is locally owned and operated right here in New Orleans. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasize local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, then we have some prime spots available.
Thanks, Marianne. Folks, take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO. Hey, Mimi, we're moving.
Moving to Wednesdays at 5.
You can check out He Said, She Said on a new day.
Hump Day.
A new day, but we'll still be discussing and debating the hot topics.
And take your phone call.
You can listen to us on 990 AM WGSO, WGSO.com.
And find out who's right. Of course, that's me.
No, of course, that's me. I've been doing this 23 years, Mimi.
Practice makes perfect.
So you see, we'll have plenty to talk about on He Said, She Said.
Wednesdays at 5.
Right here on WGSO.
Hey all, Brian Diaz here, host of the NOLA Drink Show. Kick off your weekend happy hour with me every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on WGSO 990 AM New Orleans.
Hello, folks. This is Terrence Jones again. I'm back with Terrence Louisiana Jones. Come tomorrow, I will be bringing you topics gumbo ingredients from the business, youth, workforce, alumni, sports arena. Join us every Saturday from WGSO Studio in the CBD from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Time. We will have in-studio guests and we welcome your phone calls. Please join us at WGSO 990 a.m. as well as WGSO.com. Please be sure to join us every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Time at the Terrence Louisiana Jones Gumbo.
It's the Flaming Conservative. Join me now on Friday nights at 7 p.m. for Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya on WGSO.
Hey, we're back to The Scoop. Welcome. I am Clay Taylor. We have Jason from the USA Trump store on the line. So if you can continue what you were saying, brother. I'm sorry we had to take that break.
Yeah, I was just, things that we're sick and tired of doing is throwing money into a bucket or into a trash can.
Right.
We're sick and tired of that, and we donate our money, our hard-earned money, to the RNC, for example, in hopes of them doing the right thing and pushing forward, pushing through America First candidates, MAGA candidates, pushing them over the finish line. And we're sadly and sorely disappointed on a frequent basis, because hundreds of millions of dollars that's being raised is just getting funneled back into the pockets of the establishment rhinos that are in charge, and we're tired of it. You know, we got a guy yesterday, Lindsey Graham, the biggest rhino we have. He's out stumping for Herschel Walker. Well, if he's doing that for some reason, I think that his intentions are more nefarious than they were for the good. You know, if you want to really get some votes out, you get a popular candidate like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who doesn't need an introduction, because she is one of the most popular congresswomen in the United States.
Right.
But they didn't even ask her to help out with Herschel Walker campaign, because she's too MAGA. She would bring too many people to get him out to vote.
Right.
And why would they want that? Why would they want that? Well, you know what? They have controlled opposition, and they pay certain individuals to lose their races. I'm not saying they did that. Herschel did that particularly, but he surrounded himself with some pretty shady people, and he didn't call him the number one guy who got him there.
Right.
That's Donald J. Trump.
Exactly. And and that's the whole key. I've said this for years, and I say this more now that I have my show. We have what we call the do nothing Republicans. And these Republicans do absolutely nothing. It reminds me of back in the day when I was in Amway. And we would have all these people get there and go, rah, 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 I'm going diamond. And then they would go sit home and do absolutely nothing. And they wouldn't recruit a person. They wouldn't buy a product. They wouldn't do nothing. Republicans are the same exact way. They're all mouth and they no action. And they sit there and they go, rah, 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 but they do nothing. And then, of course, that's why and then we put ourselves around candidates that are weak, that can't win an election. And it's just Republicans didn't turn up for the Senate in 2022. As much as people say, oh, we had these record numbers, I still don't think they showed up properly, because we should have won Georgia. We should have won Arizona. We should have won every seat that was up for grabs.
Georgia's not a purple state; it's
exactly.
a red state,
right? But yet
it is red. But yet we have these rogue people that barely win,
right?
Just barely win. Do you know that the percentage that Warnock won by was over Herschel was the exact percentage that Katie Hobbs beat, quote unquote, beat Carrie Lake by?
Yeah.
The same percentage.
Well, that shows you fraud.
That's a whole nother ball game we can get into, another topic.
Right.
As the dinos or the Democrats, the Democrats, I call them.
Yeah, Democrats.
Because you have no God in you if you vote for those policies. I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
But they mastered the mail-in ballot. They mastered the early voting, and when it comes to game day, they bring in those last ditch, that secret ballot, bag of ballots that are 90-10 in their favor, or only one candidate with no down ticket, or the down ticket without the headliner on there, which is just, we know if we're going to the polls and the tendencies of an individual, if I'm Republican, I'm generally going to go down ticket Republican,
exactly, with
a couple of exceptions here and there. I'm there. Why wouldn't I just take the rest of the time to fill out my ballot? Right?
Exactly.
And statistically, it's impossible to have the losses that we had with the turnout that we had. But again, that's the algorithm is something that we can't defeat personally.
Exactly. Now, here's the key thing, and we look at this, and we know there's voter fraud. Because, look at President Trump. Look at, at 10 o'clock at night, the polls shut down. President Trump's winning by 150,000 votes in Pennsylvania and in Arizona and all these other states that he was leading in when the polls. So everybody was supposedly to be sent home. And then 10 o'clock in the morning, when everybody shows back up to work to count votes, mysteriously Joe Biden's winning by the same amount Trump was. It just flopped. I mean, but yet there was no fraud. And what I love about, there's never no fraud. There was no election fraud. But yet every time you turn on the news, at least 2 to 3 times a month, you hear someone getting arrested and going to jail for election fraud. But there was no election fraud in 2020.
Most safest and secure.
Exactly. But yet they think people are stupid. And they think we're absolutely stupid that we don't catch that. These guys, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're like these pathological liars that will sit there and tell you a bull-faced lie and contradict themselves right after. And that's what they're doing. And these people, and there are people that are stupid enough to believe it. As I say, these people got the brains of a retarded mosquito.
Well, on the same token of that, these people that did vote for, the Democrats that vote the other side, the ones that do that and that you get to interact with, they tend to look at you, demean you, and say you're crazy and that Trump lost, there's no fraud.
Right.
And it only emboldens them and empowers them. And they're not the majority. They didn't win. I mean, I'm sorry, we can keep going over. They didn't win, but they were told they are. They told the safest and most secure. And of course, they're going to have more mail-in ballots than Republicans do. Of course, and we understand that. But game day votes too. There ain't nobody like Republicans show up on a game day. And when you cheat like you did in Arizona, and you shut the machines off, can't even tabulate.
Right.
There's a story I heard Carrie Lake just say. Excuse me here. Carrie Lake just had a story that she had a testimony of an individual that was in her upper 80s, went to vote for the first time, for an hour, had that whole tabulator issue happen, and they say, oh, the nearest one you can go to is 20 miles away. 20 miles, 80-year-old woman. So she went home for a little bit and then went to the polling station 20 miles away, 3 hours waiting, and that's not even promised to vote. So she just turned around and went home because there's a risk reward. I mean, and when you're 80 years old, you can't stand in line for 3 hours when it's dark outside and you got things to take care of.
Right, brother.
So,
I want to. We have to go. It's the end of the show, but
wow,
it goes by so quick.
Yeah, you get Clay and I go, man. We can go for days.
Exactly.
So.
But we're going to pick this up next week. And even if we don't get to do the show here on WGSO, we will be doing some live stuff on YouTube and Facebook.
Well,
so
get them on. We can check us out at usatrumpstore.com, and Clay, check out amfest.com. AMFEST. Get your tickets. Come see Clay and I, USA Trump Store. We're going to be front and center. We're going to have the product. Be your Christmas gift. We love you. And be well.
Definitely. God bless everybody. Jason, see you next week. God bless everybody.
Good morning, class. A quick head count. Tiffany. Here. Zach.
Yup.
Steven.